Hey gamers, Musical Monocle here to help make the year of Luigi go out with a bang by showing you how to make a Luigi Luncheon. One of Luigi's best known standalone franchises has been Luigi's Mansion. So for our appetizer, I'm going to make a Boo Bagel. Okay, so after toasting your bagel, you're going to spread cream cheese on it, as you might expect, or scream cheese, since this is a Boo Bagel. After that, we're going to use olives for the eyes. We're going to cut a thin part over here and a thin part over here. So these are the eyes. We got a pepperoni. We're going to cut it in half. But for the mouth, we got this half. Boop. Now it looks a little bit, doesn't look very menacing, so let's try to add some teeth. Don't cut your fingers. It looks a little cute that way. Maybe we'll lower it. That looks about similar. And if you want to, you could also cut the eyes in slants to make them look a little bit more angry. Let's see if you could add a few lumps to it for arms. So this Boo looks a little bit happy to be here. Oh, by the way, these are the olives that we're using. Mario olives. Sorry, there were no Luigi olives at the store. Since this is the year of Luigi Luncheon, we're gonna make this Boo an honored guest. We cut some American cheese out into the shape of a crown. And there we go. It's a King Boo. Some of you may have guessed what I would make for the main course. It's one of Luigi's favorites.
Spaghetti!
That's right. Luigi Linguini.
No.
First we're going to add about a cap of this olive oil. Nope. Set it to medium high. Now we're going to add the vegetables, starting with some onions. One whole onion. We chopped it up beforehand. Now we're going to add some snap peas. This is the big green factor for it. It's going to look nice and green. And now we're going to add some bell peppers. Some of these bell peppers kind of look like mustaches. Now we're going to add some mushrooms. Boy, we're going to get really big after this one. Bloop. Stir them around. Once they look like they've all been covered in oil, we're going to add some vegetable stock to bring out the flavor. Yummy. For the time being, we're going to let it simmer. You put a lid on there. Next, linguine. Linguine. We're going to put a cap full of olive oil in there so the noodles do not stick. After a minute, you can start to stir the noodles. You need to stir it every couple minutes or so. Once it starts to look about like this, you can take it out and test a little bit, see if it breaks apart. Careful, it's a little hot. Right. Feels pretty good. We're ready to drain it. Careful not to burn your fingers. Or anything else. It's been a little over 10 minutes. Take it off, turn the heat down a little bit. Now we're going to add the noodles. Careful not to splash anything. Okay. Alright, we're going to put some chicken broth in there, just in case you thought it was going to be vegetarian. Not this time. We're going to heat up the noodles for a little bit longer. Right, now for flavor, we're going to add a dash of balsamic vinegar. Add some lime juice. Let's do a dash of Italian seasoning, or maybe even basil. I'll stir that all together. The last thing that I'm going to add to it is some feta cheese. And I think with feta cheese, a little goes a pretty good way. That's a Luigi Linguini. That's gonna be good. For the drink, I decided to keep it green, so we're gonna make a green tea frappuccino. First, we're gonna start by making green tea infused syrup. So first, we've got to make a batch of green tea. This is about 2 cups of water. That'll be important in a minute. Just allow the green tea to steep for about 5 minutes or so. Okay, now that we've allowed it to steep, we're just going to pour it into this pot. This is about 2 cups of tea, and with simple syrup, you're going to need about 2 parts sugar for every part water or liquid. So we're going to actually need 4 cups of sugar. That's going to seem like a lot, but it's going to make it delicious. Now we're going to add in 4 cups of sugar. Now, of course, we're going to be making a lot of syrup. We're not going to need all of the syrup for one batch, so we'll have lots of extra syrup for multiple batches in the future. That's 2 cups. Start to heat it up. And there we need 2 more cups. Pretty good deal of sugar. I want to stir constantly until it boils. There are multiple uses for simple syrup, so don't have to use it all on a week's supply of green tea frappe, but I would and will, because I think this is going to be delicious. And when you're done making the syrup, you can store it in Tupperware and keep it refrigerated, and it should stay syrupy. It appears to be at a boil, so we're going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. That'll do. Continue to stir it for about 30 more seconds. After 30 seconds has passed, turn off the heat and remove it from the eye. Just allow it to cool off on its own. Immediately add 3 bags of green tea to it. Now while we allow that to happen, we're going to make another batch of tea, the actual tea that'll go in the frappe. Alright, to make one serving, the first thing I'm going to do is pour 1/2 cup of green tea. Here, that's 1/2 cup. And while it's in the blender, I'm going to put a little bit of honey in there. Add 1/2 cup of milk. 1/4 cup of the syrup that we made earlier. And I have a ladle that is 1/4 cup. About 2 cups of ice. We're going to start with pulsing the ice crusher. Alright, ready? And drop the bass. Without sticking your fingers in it, stir around in there and see if it's the right texture for you. I think it needs more ice, so I'm going to try 2 more cups of ice. Yeah, that's nice. That'll be nice. Now you can pour it into the glass, however much you want to serve. Now, it will usually come out white or a little bit off yellow, but I'm going to add green because I really do want it to look green for this. And let's try 1 drop and see what happens. With cream. So there you have it. Luigi Luncheon. Hopefully you'll find this meal to be easy and fun. Thanks for... hold on. Achoo! Oh, sorry. Anyway, thanks for watching. Long live Luigi. What? Hello? Bye! Thank you.